Hello everyone and welcome to Past the Post. My name is Michael Ados and we are here on the third night of the Dubai World Cup Carnival. It's a breezy night, it's cool, the horses are going to really like this. Highlighted tonight by the Group 2 Zabeel Mile, where Godolphin has a stranglehold in this race going after its 10th victory. And Charlie Appleby is well represented there, as well as Saeed bin Suror. We also have the Al Khail Trophy for the stayers tonight. First real look at the possible Dubai Gold Cup horses. And earlier on the card, we have that 1,000 guineas for the fillies. The UAE 1,000 guineas listed affair, and it's going to be really interesting to see whether or not Awasef and Al Sawer can step up again and get the gold this time for Doug Watson and Al Rashid Stables. Looking forward to it. Let's go.
The feature of the night and weekend was the Group 2 Zabeel Mile, worth $180,000 is for horses who are looking forward to possibly going to the Dubai Turf later on this season. Master of the Seas, second in the Guineas a couple years ago, looked every bit the favorite on paper and won nicely under William Buick for Charlie Appleby, giving Godolphin its 10th victory in the race. A hard luck Shaleer was second under Danny Tudhope for David O'Meara and is one to definitely watch moving forward. I Am Superman for Ireland rounded up the top three under Colin Keane.
600 metres left to run in the Zabeel Mile. Modern News will bring them into the home straight. Desert Fire, then Master of the Seas, the all-blue colours on the heels of the leader. Towards the far side, Land of Legends lets down. Shaleer from the back of the field trying to work into the race. I Am Superman and Erzincan are towards the outside, but Master of the Seas set sail for home. On the outside, Shaleer and I Am Superman trying to make a race of it. Master of the Seas in front by a length and a half. Shaleer nagging away, but Master of the Seas kept Shaleer at bay.
We got box seat round there. That was our plan. Was James is always going to go forward on his fella anyway. Modern News, sorry. And then William was just going to try and get box seat. It worked well. If anything, William just said, "I wish he could have just taken me a bit further," because the one thing this horse does, he travels supremely well. No, please, great effort by all the team to get him back. We met with a setback there in the spring after Newmarket, and like I say, he's taken his time to get him to where we are now. But he'll definitely come forward for that run. I'm not saying he's going to jump. He's going to jump a lot forward in respects to fitness, but just getting him back on the track there and just reminding him what it's all about again. He was a bit fresh up in the top ring there, but that was good. Next step will probably be Jebel Hassar stepping back up to the 9 again, and so we'll let him have a nice breather now and head straight there.
With all the speed that he has that you mentioned, do you worry about the 9 at all? Can he stretch out to that, especially on the quicker ground here?
Yeah, well, it was 9 when we won at Newmarket there in the spring, so he saw it out of a stiff 9 there. So round here, I feel it's well within his compass for sure.
The Big Easy Arabian Sprint Championship over 6 furlongs, a rare Arabian sprint to see on the carnival, kicked off the day with Lena for Majid Al-Johori and Bernardo Mignoro aboard, going wire to wire and leading home a 1-2-3 for the Mayors. In second was Mummayaza under Richard Mullen and third Marmara under Sandro Pava. The favourite Namrud could only manage fourth.
They're homeward bound, just over 400 metres left to run. Lena brought them in. Marmara right there, Mummayaza up the inside, then comes Laith. Namrud still got about 4 lengths to make up, but Lena continues to lead with Marmara nagging away. Mummayaza up the far side, a length and a half down. Lena tries to go again, 150 out. Mummayaza though chipping away towards the inside, but she needs to show a bit of heart to get to Lena, and Lena continued to run. Lena won it, second Mummayaza.
She's very fresh filly, she's 5 furlong sprinter. She jumps good as a user, I just push. She takes the lead quick, and I try to sit down and save her as much more as I can till the end. And I'm lucky today she didn't stop. Usually she slowed down in the end a bit, but today I think first time that in the track she liked the ground and she kept fighting till the end.
Did the bends give her a chance to breathe a bit, get a little bit of a breather in there?
Yeah, for sure, it's helped her a lot, once she changed the legs, take the turn, she got a breath and come the straight again, she had time to change the legs and go straight forward again,
The 6 furlong handicap was a thriller as market favourites Colour Up and Rawi battled down the straight, with Rawi prevailing under Mikel Barcelona with a gritty victory under top weight of 62 kgs. Colour Up, valiant in defeat, is one to definitely watch moving forward and has continued to progress.
But the inline for home with 400 metres left to run, and Rory shrugs off My Dabawi, but doesn't shrug off Colour Up, and Colour Up to the outside goes alongside Rory. My Dabawi drops into third, then comes Al Karama. Colour Up and Rory 200 metres out are head and head. They 4 lengths in front of My Dabawi, and then towards the outside is Al Karama, but Rory wants this real bad, and Rory will win. Rory beats Colour Up.
The 5 furlong handicap down the straight saw Thunder of Niagara come back to form nicely and embrace sprinting like a champ. Ray Dawson was aboard for Akba bin Harmish, beating out 10-year-old warrior Taneen into second. Favourite Boom Shalah finished third.
Taneen goes quickest over Home City. The all blue colours racing in second. Then comes Boom Shalah in the yellow and black. Thunder of Niagara in the cheek pieces. Ralston Scar towards the extreme outside. Got 3 lanes to make up. Shamlan is 2 off the outside. Hierarchy needs to pick up, as does Benaska with 300 metres left to run. Thunder of Niagara up towards the far side, attacks Taneen. They've beaten off Home City. Then comes Boom Shalah, who races in a share of third. Thunder of Niagara, though, in front, and Thunder of Niagara wins. Second goes the way of Taneen.
Fresh legs. Akman's taking his time with him. He's got him fit really slowly, and he gave me a great feel the last couple of weeks at home, and he ran really well over this trip last year, which was a bit of a surprise because he ran over further in England most of his career, and but he gave me a great feel today. He travelled really comfortably and just wandered a little bit in front, but probably not a bad sign either, which means he has plenty left in his tank. But
even on the jog back, he looked like he was full of himself.
Yeah, he's in great order, and delighted.
The co-feature of the evening was the listed UAE 1000 Guineas for the fillies, the first classic of the season. Mimi Kakushi backed up her trial victory nicely under Mikel Barcelona, sprinting clear by 4.5 lengths in the stretch. Awasef came back to form, this time under Sam Hitchcock, finishing a good second after setting the pace reluctantly. Unjokable in only her second start was a good third and definitely one to watch moving forward. Salam Bigadir trains the winner for His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum.
At the top of the straight, and Awasef brought them in, but Mimi Kakushi, well poised, balances up and shoots for home. Mimi Kakushi suddenly put 2 lengths between herself and Awasef. Unjokable third, Nafas fourth, Asawe distant fifth. Mimi Kakushi in front on her own. 4 lengths clear into the final 150 metres. The last win was good, this win is better. Mimi Kakushi in the UAE 1000 Guineas, a 1-horse race. Mimi Kakushi beats Awasef.
She's tough. She's progressing filly, and the trip is suited well. So I think even a longer trip would be even better for her.
Do you think, we're looking at the Oaks obviously as the next step, do you think she'll be able to handle the 2 turns?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure she'll be able to.
Yeah.
And to going through the race today, any moments, watching Sam up front? I know Sam was kind of reluctant on the front to be up there. But
yeah, I had to switch because I didn't have enough speed to control against him. Mm-hmm. But my filly, she's very versatile. She's very easy to any position. So she's tough. Everything we need to be a good filly during the
very
carnival.
Professional. Well done.
Godolphin was back on the scoreboard in the Alkale Trophy over 14 furlongs for the stayers on the grass. Returning to form nicely of 2 years ago, Global Heat was victorious under Pat Cosgrave. Beaten into second was the always hard-trying Away He Goes under Mikel Barcelona for Ismail Muhammad. One who definitely caught the eye this time and his first time in the UAE was Ardican, a globe-trotting grey for Marco Botti, with James Doyle in the saddle. Global Heat, the winner, will definitely go on to take on some of the best stayers in the area.
New Comedy been in front from the start, 400 metres left to run, and the leader now by a length and a half. Get Shirty, Ardican, Global Heat, Tides of War, Wiki Wheels, and away he goes. 200 metres left to go, and Global Heat turns it on. Away he goes, tries to chase, Ardican tries to stick around. Global Heat still the leader, 100 metres left to run. Away he goes, trying in vain. Global Heat wins. Second goes to Away He Goes.
I didn't see much pace and I didn't jump good, and I ended up just having a lovely trip through, and to be fair, he found good for me down the straight today, and so he doesn't always find lows, but size seems to get these older horses to keep coming back and improving, so Well done to the team.
And they seem pretty lethal, second in the carnival with the 2-week gap. He brings them back in that first week. This third week, they usually do well.
Yeah, look, Si's been doing it a long time. He knows what he's doing. Him and his team doing a great job, and he seems to be able to get these old horses back and keep coming back year after year and winning. So well done to them.
A treble for Godolphin was completed by Shining Blue in the nightcap over 7 furlongs on the grass, with a hard luck Spirit of Light finishing second under Antonio Fresu. Daniel Tuthope was aboard the winner for Saeed Bin Suroor, completing a double for the conditioner.
600 metres left to run. Shining Blue, very awkward into the home straight, bit between his teeth, in front by 2. Second place is New Kingdom at the head of the others. Then Spangled Mac, who could be well teed up. So too along the inside is Major Partnership. Then Spirit of Light, who ran into traffic. Reiku is next best with Coachello. But Shining Blue, despite taking a very long plot around the outside, at the top of the straight, still in front. And in front by 2. Spirit of Light in charge there was second with New Kingdom. But ultimately, Shining Blue a cut above. Shining Blue the winner.
He can be a bit keen, this lad, you know.
Yeah.
He showed a lot of promise in the UK last year, and he just got a bit keen for some reason, and he's probably still a big baby, you know.
Yeah. Did you just sort of let him stride out, or was he carrying you out there?
Yeah, I mean, Saeed said if he's keen, don't pull out, you know, just let him go. But he was nice and relaxed in front, you know. I thought I got him my own way. He didn't handle the bend very well, you know. I think his green is just, you know, kicked in there. He ran off the bend, and listen, he picked up well though, and he must be a fair horse, you know, because he does too much. He did enough early on anyway.
6 races at Abu Dhabi in the capital kicked off the racing week. Top among those was the H-Ace the President Cup Prep, which was won nicely by Samood, beating out Mujib in workmanlike fashion and looking one to definitely move forward next time in the President Cup itself. Mujib, as mentioned, was a good second, while Reem Benuna finished up third under Pat Cosgrave. Antonio Fraser was aboard the winner for Yas Racing and Jean de Royal. He will now go on, as mentioned, to the President Cup and likely take on market rival Hameen.
They got 250 metres left to run, and all the while Malabi has now been taken on by Samood and Only Smoke, who have launched at the same time. Samood at the outside though, noses to the lead over Only Smoke. Mujib up the inside, Reem Benuna. Samood over Mujib, line comes, and it's tight in the end. It might just go to Samood over Mujib.
The Abu Dhabi card kicked off with A.S. Jazan and Oscar Chavez both continuing their solid seasons. Trained by Ahmed Al-Baherbi, A.S. Jazan won for the second time in 5 starts.
But they've got 300 metres left to run. Yaktim in the lead, but here's Jezin being delivered. And at their outside, Haddad is a lively challenger as well. 150 left to run. Jezin is in front over Haddad. And Mabruka up the far side is finishing with a wet sail. Jezin hanging on. Mabruka getting there. Line comes. Jezin, I think, has just beaten Mabruka.
In the 7 furlong private owner's handicap, the second race of the evening, Antonio Fraser won the first of 3 races, aboard E.S. Sudani. Losing ground throughout the race, E.S. Sudani definitely put the pedal to the metal in the final yards and won with aplomb.
But it's Ahid Al-Khaladia in the lead, still got it by 2 over Gayar, who's in second. Sudani's at the outside, and Horgans is trying to come out the back. It's Ahid Al-Khaladia grimly hanging on as Sudani lunges up the outside, and Sudani got Ahid Al-Khaladia in the shadows of the post.
The Fillies and Colts Classics for 4-year-old young Arabians also took place, with the Fillies version going to Maram in decisive style under Tygo Shea. Fadia Al-Wathba was a valiant second and only her second start, rallying from the back and looking a bit green as well. Maram has transferred form nicely from dirt to turf and looks a star in the making.
Muram shoots away. In front by 3 lengths is Muram. Daya's trying to chase, but now best of the rest is Daya. With that one's inside Nagam Al-Watba, but Muram in a race of her own. Muram won that by a good 4 lengths, second to Fadia Al-Watba. Then came Asma Al-Watba.
Speaking of stars, Fadwan looked one again in the Abu Dhabi Colts Classic, making it 2 for 2. Antonio Fraser was aboard for Ahmed Al-Baherbi, completing a treble for the jockey and a double for the trainer.
but the leader is Razik Bainuna, not for much longer. Here comes Fadwan. Fadwan moved into the lead, chased by Yatwad towards the outside, but Fadwan's got a length advantage over Yatwad into the closing stages, and Fadwan is now 2 from 2. Yatwad ran second, Patriot third.
In the 8-furlong thoroughbred handicap, to cap the evening in Abu Dhabi, Western Rider took advantage of a scrambled pace and beat out Nebraska Passion down the lane. Perfect Love, for the third time this season, finished third under Jose da Silva.
They swing for home with 300 metres left to run. Has Nebra's Passion's gamble landed? Perfect Love second. Then comes Almeson, the navy blue. Western Rider, Cahill towards the outside, but 200 metres left to run. Nebra's Passion taken on by Western Rider, who's finishing like a train. And Western Rider hits the front and runs away in style. Western Rider wins. Nebra's Passion, game and defeat in second.
Let's head over to Al Ain, where a private owner's 7-furlong maiden kicked off what was an early double for jockey Antonio Fresu and Oasis Stables' Musaba Al-Maheri. Always looking the winner, the second-time starter graduated nicely by 4 lengths and kicked off what was the first of 7 races. The same team came back to win the thoroughbred feature with Branwell, who made all under Fresu over 10 furlongs and looked quite well doing so. Yerman, one of the market favorites, was a good second, continuing his consistent season under Tygo Shea.
They go to the final 400 metres and Branwell continues to lead. Over exciting days, who's in second. Yerman's towards the outside, trying to unwind, trying to hit his straps, but he's got some work to do to get to Branwell, who got first run. Branwell in front by 3. Yerman trying to charge up to Branwell, but Branwell just being guided home in the closing stages, and Branwell wins. Second goes to Yerman, then came exciting days.
Back to the Arabians, the 10-furlong handicap gave Ozone Layer his third career victory for Abdallah Al-Hamadi and the bright green of Al Ajman Stables. All 3 of those wins happened to have come over the same course and distance. Jockey Pat Cosgrave completed the first half of a double of his own.
Ozone Layer 2 off the inside is not dead and buried. This will be a win for the ages if Ozone Layer gets there. Still got Samurai Al-Zaman to get to. Karsed, Mukrej, as they get into the closing stages. Samurai Al-Zaman clings on. Ozone Layer, it's tight in the end.
The second half of that double for Cosgrave came in the 10-furlong Arabian conditions, the feature of the evening, where French-bred Sinan ran out a strong victor for trainer Nizran Magoub. It was a 4th effort and first win in the country for the Abu Dhabi Racing-owned charge, who kept some strong company in France. Favourite RB French Dude could only manage 4th.
250 out. Sinan still holds a 2.5 length lead. French Dude trying his absolute best in second. Then at the outside is Oxford towards the far side rail, but Sinan sticks to his guns. Sinan a 3-length leader into the dying stages, and Sinan is the winner. Second goes the way of Oxford, then came Os. French Dude disappointing 4th.
The 9-furlong maiden went the way of another French bred. This time was Mador for Halal Halalawi and his national stables. Apprentice Connor Planis was aboard the big favorite, who really never appeared in doubt, running out a 6.5-length winner.
But towards the far side, Mardor holds a 2-length lead over Jane, who's now 3 lengths down, and Mardor gave another kick and past the 100. Mardor's got this under control. Mardor and Connor Planis well in command here, won that by nearly 6 lengths. Jane ran second.
National Stables came back with Joe Star in the 9-furlong conditions, this time ridden by Ty Gaucher. Another French bred, he was winning on local debut and has yet to run a poor race, including 2 wins and a pair of Group 1 placings. Rated 112, it would not be a surprise to see this guy develop into a future Kahela horse.
200 metres out, Joe Star went again. Taranom second, the only danger, but is running out of time. And Joe Star from the front has been effective. Still a 2.5 length leader, and Joe Star wins. Second goes the way of Taranom. Third will go to Smoke and Thunder.
The nightcap at Al Ain was won by Barja for the inform yard of Khalifa Al Niadi, giving apprentice jockey Kais Al Busaidi his first victory of the season. Niadi won his 16th race, already eclipsing last season's total. The winner continued his good form, having won or hit the board in 6 of 8 starts this season.
150 out, Barja came sailing into the lead. Barja extended by a length and a half over Muhim. Binta Lane is towards the outside with Adlech. They're doing their best work late for minor money. Barja wins. Second goes to Muhim.
Welcome back to Meydan. It's Sunday night. We got 7 races on tap here. It's a breezy night. We're going to see how that plays into things. It's a tailwind coming down the straight here. So we're looking forward to a nice septet of races. We have Godolphin sprinkled in there. We have a nice little maiden for 3-year-olds on the grass. We have an 1,800 meter on the grass feature, which is going to be really fun. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's see how it goes.
The good form of trainer Majid Al-Johori was on display yet again in the opener, with the only purebred Arabian race of the day won by Raji in thrilling fashion, winning in the final yards over pace-setting Muhayyar. Slight favourite Shamak finished well in 4th, but not good enough for the victory today.
Muhayyar still in front by 3. Majdi, is he prepared for the fight? Is Raji prepared for the fight? Muhayyar still shows the way with Raji and Majdi nagging away. Muhayyar's paddling, and here comes Raji. Raji comes good over the closing stages, and Raji gets the better of Muhayyar. Third goes to Majdi.
Raji really put you to the test there. You had to stay with him the entire way. Just take us through the stretch run.
Yeah, he's pretty confident horse. He always try his best and he run from the back. When I started the race, we discussed with the trainer. The race showed much pace, and we was happy to sit and find a good position. And that's happened. He's a bit lazy horse. I have hours to keep him awake. And then when he travel in the bridle, no gaps to come. But I'm lucky that everything went well.
It was a night of firsts, starting with the Italian jockey Gabriele Malone winning his first race in the UAE aboard Legend of Cannes. The winner led home a 1-2 finish for trainer Fauzi Nas, with high-priced Shirar finishing second, a half-brother to champion Lady Eli. The winner made all under Balloon, who was over the moon with the victory.
Legend of Cannes in front by 2. Shirar is second. Al-Hajjaj is up the far side. Runaholic really needs to run home better than that. Then came Bijli. Legend of Cannes still in front by 2 to 3 lengths. Over in second place, Shirar, who's trying to do the chasing, but Legend of Cannes retains the lead, and Legend of Cannes led every yard. Second goes to Shirar.
Here with Gabriele Malone. This was very special victory. I know last year we had one taken down at Al Ain, but to get your first one in the UAE at Meydan, what does that mean?
Oh, it means a lot. Look, everybody, I think when they come to Meydan, is what they were looking at, riding winners. Been riding a bit, and today was my lucky day. Thanks for Fauzi, give me this lovely ride. It's a nice big horse, bit raw. I think he'll be better in time as well.
And going through the race, I saw you hustle him a little bit out of the gate to maintain position, but from there, just take us through it. Yeah,
listen, he was drawn 2. I didn't want to get stuck in a bit behind us, as Fauzi says, let him use his action. So if they get to the front and maybe slow it up, he's not that kind of horse that maybe has a bit of turn of foot. But once he got to the front, he took me there nicely all the way. And once I kicked on around the bend, he put the race to bed.
And turning for home, middle of the stretch, when you knew you had it, what were you thinking?
I knew I had plenty underneath, but at the middle of the stretch he was looking a bit around, like he was drifting left and right, like just a bit baby still, but he's got plenty on the tank.
It was a first win in 25 months for Grand Dubai and the night's 10-furlong handicap on dirt. His first victory since joining the Musabah Al Mahari yard. Bernard Pinheiro was aboard for the win.
Grand Dubai took a deep breath at the top of the straight and then ran away by 2 over Vasilikos in second, Green Jacket third, breakaway to Carpe Momentum. Grand Dubai still the leader. Vasilikos chipping away, a length away. Green Jacket also trying his utmost, but it's Grand Dubai from start to finish your last. Grand Dubai the winner. Second Vasilikos, Green Jacket ends up third.
Zucchini once again squashed the hearts of the competition, turning back all challengers in the 10-furlong turf handicap under Ray Dawson. It was a second win in a row for the son of Dubawi, having won a handicap up the hill at Jebel Ali earlier this month.
Zucchini still holds the lead over Last Light. Then comes Dublin Pharaoh further back to Seastone. Canood's running in snatches. It's Zucchini in the lead. Last Light and nearest us, Dublin Pharaoh. They're trying to get to a game Zucchini, but Zucchini kept them at bay. Zucchini beats Last Light, Dublin Pharaoh third.
Ray Dawson, Zucchini keeps it interesting for you every time you ride him. He just seems to be a horse that takes a little bit of work, but he got it done 2 in a row now.
Exactly. Delighted with him, really. I didn't know how he'd handle the turf. But actually, his Jebel Ali, he's very good around Jebel Ali, and it's played in our strengths today. He was away quick, and we got an easy enough lead. Not like you wouldn't get that in Jebel Ali, and he just travelled for fun, really. He was jumping over shadows and everything, so he was full of running halfway, and yeah, he was very tough at the end, and it's just the way to ride him. I think once he's in front or, you know, half a length up on a horse, he's very game. I think if you try to ride him a bit quietly in behind horses, he just doesn't seem to like it. So look, that's the way to ride him, and look, he can go to Jebel Ali and back here now as well, so there's more options for him now.
Seems you've sort of cracked the code with him now. He was a horse of his own, almost horse for a bit, and 2 in a row. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, they were going to sell him last year, and then he won at the end of the year, so they kept him, and Veronica rides him out every day.
She loves him.
Yeah, she loves him. It's like her pet, so you know, she does very well with him, so well done to her as well. He's in great form, so keep running.
Veteran South African jockey Francois Herold won in the UAE for the first time in 20 years. Francois Herold won in the UAE for the first time in 20 years when he piloted invincibly to a good-looking gate-to-wire win, the 9-furlong turf handicap. Slowing down the tempo nicely after a strong opening quarter, the Rashid Borsley Colbert looks on the improve.
500 metres left to run, and invincibly brought them into the home straight over One Idea. Poster paint towards the inside. Then comes Trumpet Man, Valerian Steel. First Winter's Sense of Wisdom has to come back round. Still got 6 to make up as Invincibly went again. 200 metres left to run. Invincibly the leader by 2 to 3 lengths. Poster paint, One Idea, Gareth, Valerian Steel. Still Invincibly, still 2 lengths to the good, and Invincibly under Francie Herald arrives. Second goes the way of Poster paint.
That was just an enterprising ride. Did a great job there. And Invincibly is a horse with a lot of speed, but you were able to sort of taper it along.
Yeah, you know what? I rode him last week over a mile. He came out quick, but there's a horse in the race that went quicker than him. I sat by his girth. He's a fighter, you know what? In the straight, he never gave up, and he ran a very, very good third. Today, the 1800, he drew well, small field, but competitive, in all fairness. No disrespect to the rest of the field, but this bug won a good race. Came out so quick. Yeah. My foot came out the irons, and I had to get it back within a stride. But got to the front. I eased him back to where he was comfortable. He was still a little bit keen, but I think at about the 600 when I squeezed him, I felt that he had a lot more there, and I knew whatever comes past him now will win the race. You know, but he dug down and he won very, very well.
He's a horse that's obviously on the up, and I don't want such a quick turnaround. Do you think there's even more to show for him?
Look, he never got a hiding last time I rode him. He tried his best without having to give him a hiding, and he ran a very, very good third. Today, again, I didn't really give him a hiding because he's such a trier. But you know, when he went to the race out the gate, he comes out so quick. You're able to place him in front and switch him off pretty much, and then when you ask him, he's there straight away. So kudos to him.
From new names to old names, we go to Hyde Park, who made all in the mild dirt handicap under Mikhail Barcelona for Salim Ben Gader, flashing his normal early speed and being nursed along by his world-class jockey. Barcelona has now won or placed in 15 of 32 rides this season and is on pace to have his best season yet.
And Hyde Park at the ripe old age of 9 shows a lot of zest up in front by 2 over Triple Venture in second, then Ranchero 5 lengths down in third. Falsehood was next, 150 left to run, and Hyde Park is relentless up in front. Hyde Park a 3-length leader, make that 2 in the run down to the wire, but Hyde Park made every yard. Hyde Park the winner, second Triple Venture.
Well, the plan we knew is this horse is always very genuine, and he's able to race beside the pace, beyond the pace, but actually we got a good draw, so we tried to get the front, and like I just said before, Salem horses are very fit, and no, doesn't need anyone to help them, so he's a whole horse, he knows what to do, and he's been happy in front today, and glad they win the race.
And for you, it's been a good season by any standard, and for you especially. I know that not only with Salem's horses, but with other horses as well. Just talk about how, your impressions so far. Are you happy with how things are going?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when I arrived to Salem's this year, we wasn't sure about the quality of our horses for the season, but Mimi Kekuchi show a lot of potential. The three other court as well. He looks to be a very, very talented horse. Yeah. We need to see hypothetical back on track. We got First Constitution, who's consistent, but last run I don't know really why he didn't run his race. But yeah, at the moment I'm happy. I've been lucky enough to, when I got no ride for Salem, to catch a good ride. So.
The 6 furlong turf handicap was won by Blue Stables Racing Syndicate's Celtic Voyager, giving trainer Mohamed Mardoud his first career victory as a conditioner. The race also completed a double for Francois Herhold.
Persian Empire being chased by Celtic Voyager. A yard, Harvest Goal. Further back then to Dignity Joy. Here comes Celtic Voyager. Nearest us, coming up to Persian Empire. Celtic Voyager, Persian Empire. Little to choose between them, and the run down to the wire. And Celtic Voyager's won.
With Mohamed Mardoud, first win. Just take us through it. Take us through your emotions right now. They have to be pretty excited.
I'm very, very excited. I'm very happy for the whole team, for their support. The guys at the yard, they took care of everything. There's no Mohamed Mardoud without the team, basically, to support, from owners, from grooms, assistant trainers, jockeys. I thank everybody for their support. The journey with me, basically, as you all know, I started with Masar Godolphin with the scholarship that I received from His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and then being assistant trainer to Mike de Kock, and also till now I still represent MDK International and Griffiths de Kock Australia in the Middle East. And all of the support of the team, all of the support of the owners, I thank them again and again and again. But yeah, finally I broke my maiden and I'm a winner, as a trainer.
And as you're watching the race, obviously it's a short 5 furlong 6 furlong down the straight. What's going through your mind the moment about 2 furlongs out that you're full of horse?
Well, the thing is, with Celtic Voyager, his last run, he had a bit of a bad ground that he was going on the 600. Once he feels that the ground is shifting, he doesn't like it. And the last time, basically, took it easy with him, bring him up again for the 6 furlong race, and he was full of it. He was ready for the race, ready to the win, and alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, we achieved it.
Let's take a look at our UAE Championship standings. Taigo Shea continues to lead the jockeys race 37-27 over Antonio Fresu. Jockey Pat Dobbs is sitting well with 21, while Ray Dawson continues to have a great season with 20 victories so far, and Richie Mullen has 13. The trainers race looks a good one so far, with Doug Watson leading Ernst Ertel 26-21. Bupat Seymour continues to inch up with 20 victories and leads all in prize money. Salim Bigadir has 18 victories after a very good weekend, and Khalifa Al-Niyadi continues to do well with 16. The owners' race is no surprise so far, as Khalid Khalifa Al Nabuda has 21 victories leading all. His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum is also having a great season with 13 victories from just 78 starts, while Godolphin, as always, inches up. He's got 11 victories from 52 starts and is leading all with prize money easily by over 3 million dirhams. This week we have 3 meetings kicking off at Meydan with an all-star 8 races at the carnival. The biggest race of the weekend is the Group 3 firebreak over a mile on dirt. Recently, we caught up with trainer Bupat Seymour, whose charges Law of Peace and Discovery Island look to have big chances in the firebreak. Let's see what he had to say. We have the firebreak. It's a Group 3 mile in the middle of the carnival, so it's kind of situated to get you kind of pumped up for the rest of the carnival, whether or not you have World Cup horses, Godolphin mile horses, etc. Discovery Island, you had the option of maybe stretching him out or keeping it a mile. You're keeping it a mile?
Yeah, we spoke to the owners and we had a discussion. I think this time we're going to leave him at a mile, because if we go stretch him out, we're going into the unknown really. Yeah. But going into the fire break, he could be probably one of the favorites, and we'll take that option and see how he runs, and then we can always decide to go further.
And obviously it'll be a pleasing effort to finish a good second last time in round 1.
Yeah, he was. He needed the race. He's a big horse, and but one good thing about him is I think he's a better horse than last year actually. And last year he won 3 races or 4 races for us. He was a maiden when he came to us, and he's all the way up in the fire break. So. It's. I think he's a better horse, and hopefully, if all goes well, he'll prove it.
And a horse stablemate who beat him last year, who hasn't run yet this year, but was very busy last year, was Law of Peace. Horse was very exciting for people who love to see the horses run every few weeks, and he did that, and he won a few times for you. How is he doing? And I do know he's going, pointing toward this race.
Yeah, and he's another one of those incredible horses. Last year, what he did, he won at a mile on the dirt, he won at a mile and a quarter, he won a Group 3 on the grass at 11 furlongs. So he's a very, very versatile horse. He can, and he's beaten Discovery Island before, but he's a little bit fragile, so we had to mind him a little bit. And this is his first start, but he'll be as good as you can be to, ready to run.
He's also on with a little bit of headgear in the morning. And he doesn't usually wear that in the afternoon or the evenings. Is it just to keep him focused?
Yeah, he's a bit of a bronco over here, So and he's got those really fragile legs. So we try our best to do whatever we can to just keep him quiet and let him do his job.
You have Imperial Empire also possible for that race, or probable at this point. Just talk about how he's doing. He looks like he's in good flesh right now.
Yeah, he's doing very well. We did run him 6 furlong. He was drawn wide and kind of didn't get into the race till very, very late. And he doesn't know how to sprint. So those 6 furlong sprinters, seasoned horses, they know how to come out of the gate and they know what to do. So because he shows so much speed, we wanted to try him out at 6 furlongs, but he was drawn wide and things didn't work out for him. So I think going into the mile, he'll be able to come out of the gate and travel and show what he can do.
Well, hopefully that 6 furlong race sort of gets him ready even better than a mile would have. He's a horse that still has some scope to him.
Yeah, I think he's an improving horse. I'm not sure his mile is his true distance or not, because I think 7 might be. But if he's getting older, it might be a mile. We'll have to see. But he shows plenty of speed. But he'll be a good one in there.
As always, thank you for tuning in to Past the Post. We look forward to a great weekend of racing and some thrills at the track. In the meantime, may all your photo finishes be winning ones.